What if I told you that thousands of years ago, thriving civilizations, with cities more organized than many today, just vanished? We're not talking about myths or legends. We're talking about real societies that left behind incredible ruins in a chilling silence. History is full of empires that rise and fall, but some disappearances are just plain weird. These aren't societies that were simply conquered and absorbed into another. We're talking about civilizations that hit incredible heights of sophistication and then, almost like they clocked out for the day, were gone. They walked away from their great cities, their complex societies crumbled, and the pages of history where their stories should be are eerily blank. So today, we're journeying to the remnants of these lost worlds. From the sprawling cities of the Indus Valley to the jungle-choked temples of the Maya, to investigate the chilling theories behind their collapse. What ancient secrets have been waiting for us to uncover? Let's start our journey in modern-day Pakistan and northwest India, home to one of the ancient world's largest civilizations, the Indus Valley or Harappan civilization. Thriving over 4,000 years ago, at the same time as the Egyptian pharaohs, the Indus people built something extraordinary. Their cities, like Mohenjo-Daro, were marvels of urban planning with perfectly straight streets on a grid, advanced sewer systems, and even public baths. At its peak, the civilization supported a huge population that may have reached 5 million people. Then, around 1900 BCE, things get quiet. The cities were gradually abandoned. Their writing system, a script we still can't decipher, fell out of use. There are no signs of a huge war or a big final battle. The people who built some of the most organized cities in the ancient world just walked away. So what happened? For decades, the mystery only got deeper. But today, a chilling theory is starting to take hold. It's not war or invasion, but a slow, creeping catastrophe: climate change. It looks like a series of intense, long-lasting droughts grip the region. The rivers that were the lifeblood of their society started to dry up. This relentless pressure would have led to crop failures and famine, slowly strangling the civilization until its massive cities just couldn't be sustained. It wasn't a sudden bang, but a gradual fade to black. A chilling reminder that even the most advanced societies are at the mercy of their environment. From the planned cities of the Indus, we're jumping halfway across the world to the dense, humid lowlands of south-central Mexico. Here, long before the Maya or the Aztecs, a civilization known as the Olmec laid the cultural groundwork for nearly all of Mesoamerica. They're often called the mother culture, and for centuries we didn't even know they existed. Their legacy was completely lost until it was rediscovered in the mid-19th century. The Olmec were master stone carvers, creating those famous colossal heads from volcanic basalt with staggering skill. They built the first major ceremonial centers in the region and set up huge trade networks. But then, around 400 to 300 BCE, their major settlements, like Levanta, were slowly deserted. The people who carved the giant stone faces just fell into ruin. So what silenced the Olmec? The clues here are a little more varied. One idea is that natural disasters, like volcanic eruptions or shifting rivers, could have ruined their farmland, making it uninhabitable. Or maybe a severe drought triggered a catastrophic loss of their crops. Another theory suggests it was a mix of things, including internal conflicts or new civilizations rising and shifting trade routes. It's even possible the Olmec didn't collapse so much as evolve. Their population might have dispersed, carrying on their traditions with neighboring peoples who, without even knowing it, became the keepers of the Olmec legacy. From the Olmec, we push forward in time and deeper into the jungles of the Yucatan Peninsula. This is where one of history's most brilliant civilizations, the Maya, rose to dominance. At their peak, between 250 and 900 CE, the Maya built breathtaking temple pyramids, developed a complex writing system, and created calendars with mind-blowing astronomical accuracy. They were gifted engineers and mathematicians who mastered the concept of zero long before many other cultures. Their cities, Tikal, Copan, Palenque, were sprawling urban centers. But as the 9th century came to a close, the Maya experienced one of the most dramatic collapses in human history. The southern lowlands, the heart of their world, depopulated with shocking speed. Work on temples stopped, royal dynasties vanished, and the great stone cities were swallowed by the jungle. For centuries, this was one of history's greatest enigmas. What could bring such a powerful civilization to its knees? We now believe it was a perfect storm of disaster. Studies point to a brutal combination of intense, prolonged warfare between the city-states and severe, multi-year droughts. These two problems fed each other. As drought made resources scarce, wars over what was left intensified. This constant conflict wrecked their political structures and trade networks, making it impossible to support the huge cities. People had no choice but to abandon them, leaving their magnificent temples to crumble. Our next journey takes us north into the great river floodplains of North America, near modern-day St. Louis. Here, around 1050 CE, a city grew at an incredible pace. This was Cahokia, the largest prehistoric settlement north of Mexico. At its peak, this metropolis was larger than London was at the time, with tens of thousands of residents. Its people built over 120 massive earthen mounds, including the 100-foot-tall Monk's Mound that dominated the landscape. Cahokia was a hub of trade, religion, and power. But by 1250 CE, the city was in a steep decline, and by 1350, it was almost completely empty. The great mounds fell silent. The mystery of Cahokia's fall has baffled archaeologists, but a new picture is starting to emerge. For a long time, the leading theory was ecocide, that the inhabitants chopped down all the surrounding forests, which led to erosion and catastrophic flooding. But recent studies found no evidence of this. Instead, research points back to climate change. It turns out Cahokia's rise happened during a dry period with few major floods. Its decline began right as the climate shifted, bringing massive, destructive floods back to the Mississippi River after 1200 CE. That, combined with political instability and the onset of the Little Ice Age, likely made life in the great city unsustainable. It seems it wasn't one thing that emptied Cahokia, but a cascade of problems that forced its people to leave a ghost city behind. From a city hit by river floods, we now travel to the coast of Egypt, to a city that was swallowed whole by the sea. For centuries, Thonis-Heracleion was thought to be a legend. Mentioned in ancient Greek texts, it was a wealthy port of entry to Egypt and home to a grand temple. And yet for over 1,200 years, there was no trace of it. Then in the year 2000, underwater archaeologists made a world-changing discovery. Lying under the sediment of the Mediterranean, they found it, the entire city, remarkably preserved. Colossal statues, gold coins, the foundations of the great temple. The legend was real, but this incredible discovery only deepened the mystery. How did an entire city sink? The answer lies in the ground it was built on. The city sat on the unstable silt and clay of the Nile Delta. It's now believed that over centuries, a combination of factors, earthquakes, rising sea levels, and the sheer weight of its own massive buildings, caused the ground to gradually liquefy and compact. In a slow-motion collapse, the city sank and was consumed by the Mediterranean. The discovery of Thonis-Heracleion is a spectacular reminder that sometimes the most unbelievable legends are true, just waiting beneath the surface. So, from the planned streets of the Indus Valley to the sunken port of Thonis-Heracleion, the stories of these lost civilizations all have something in common. They weren't primitive, they were advanced, organized, and powerful, and yet they disappeared. Their ends were brought about by a complex web of factors: climate change, war, unstable ground, and political chaos. Their stories are a humbling reminder of just how fragile civilization can be. Even the greatest societies can be erased, leaving behind only ruins and riddles. It really makes you wonder, what will future civilizations find when they dig through the ruins of our world? And what mysteries will we leave behind? What do you think is the biggest threat to civilizations, then or now? Let us know your theories in the comments below. And if you love unraveling the mysteries of the past, make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell. Thanks for watching.